Hello, I'm Dr. Jane Graebner, and I'm a podiatrist who has practiced in Delaware for the last 38 years. This video is my contribution to the National Fall Prevention Awareness Week, which starts September 21st and ends on the 25th. The National Fall Prevention Awareness Day is actually Tuesday, September 22nd this year. It falls on the first day of fall. I am going to offer you some do's and don'ts about buying shoes, and I'll offer some opinions about certain styles and makes of these shoes. I will also include sandals and slippers. Remember, anyone can write a blog or an article online. This doesn't make the information true. You should always not trust what you're reading until you check the source. Some of the shoes I like least actually rated highest on some of these sites. Shoes really play a vital role in balance and preventing falls. First, let's give you some startling facts. Falls are the leading cause of injury in our seniors and ranks as the 5th leading cause of death. A shocking 50% of elderly will sustain a fall in their lifetime, and it is estimated that the healthcare system has paid over $50 billion due to injuries related to falls. Every 11 seconds, an emergency room is seeing an older individual for a fall-related injury. Many of these falls are preventable. I'm going to quote the National Council on Aging, as they offered 6 things that you should do to stay safe and prevent yourself from a fall. The first is find a good balance and exercise program. There are many programs offered around Delaware, and most of them are free. My husband and I tried Tai Chi, and I even did a little yoga, and they have a wonderful way of making you become aware of your body position. Second, talk to your physician and ask for an assessment of risk falling. Recently, the Foot and Ankle Wellness Center offered a balance challenge in which we were doing just that, giving people a score for their risk of falling. 3, regularly review your meds with your pharmacist or your physician. Many of the meds that people are taking can actually cause dizziness or drowsiness. 4, get your vision and hearing checked every year, and also keep those eyeglasses updated. 5, keep your home safe. Remove tripping hazards like throw rugs. Why do you think they call them that? Increase the lighting in your home. Install grab bars in key areas. 6, talk to your family and ask for their support. After my dad slipped on the carpeted basement steps 3 times, I finally insisted that they move the TV up to the unused living room, and we moved the laundry and computer up to an empty bedroom, so essentially they were living in a ranch for the last years of their life. Having just turned 65 this March, I personally have experienced a fall in May, and I broke my pelvis and my sacrum. This resulted in hours of recovery, and I would say after 3 months, I'm only 90% better. I also missed 4 weeks off of work due to this injury. So I understand first the importance of lighting, as it was in the wee hours of the morning going to the bathroom. This could happen to any of you as well. So I imagine you're thinking, why are shoes so important? As we age, we lose the natural fat pad that's on the ball of the foot and the heels, and arches become lower, often making us necessary to get a larger shoe, and our feet are less flexible. Aging feet also become wider as well. If you are wearing a pair of shoes that's a few years old, it probably doesn't fit well. The Health in Aging Foundation reported that 3 out of every 4 seniors were wearing shoes that were too small. A tighter shoe doesn't allow your foot to flex, and that affects your balance. But a loose shoe and sloppy shoe that's too long can also cause you to trip. So proper size is really important. Your shoes and your feet are the key to an active, healthy lifestyle. I spend much of my time with older patients, impressing the importance of wearing real shoes in their home. According to the Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, most fractures occur in your home. So you need to start wearing shoes from the moment you get up in the morning and dress until the evening when you go to sleep. This is a big change for some people. I will also, though, cover slippers and sandals in this discussion. I often compare feet to tires on a car. We know that often we need to get a new realignment of our wheels, or sometimes the tread gets so thin that they have to be replaced. We put a lot of miles on our feet. It is estimated that the average individual that's 80 years old has walked 1,100,000 miles. That is equal to 4.5 times walking around the earth. So older feet need added support and cushioning. I tell patients they're fine to buy their jeans at Walmart, Myers, Kohl's, but don't buy their footwear there. You need to go to a proper shoe store that measures you and also has a variety of selections and sizes. You must spend some good money for your shoes, and they will last longer and could prevent you from falling. So how do you find the right shoe? Here are some tips on shopping besides choosing a good shoe store, which is very important. First, make sure your feet are measured so that you buy the right length and size. Shop in the afternoon since your feet are actually larger due to swelling. Bring the socks that you intend to wear in those shoes. And be sure to try on both shoes because it's very common to have one foot larger than the other. Walk around the store. New shoes should never need a break-in period. They should be comfortable right out of the box. Most stores will let you take the shoes home for a while and walk indoors, and you can return them if they don't look worn. Give any shoe you're considering the American Podiatric Medical Association's 1, 2, 3 test. First, check the heel by pressing the sides together and see if it maintains its shape. Second step is to bend the shoe and see if it's flexible and if it bends at the ball of the foot, which is the correct place. And finally, check out the midsole. Try twisting it to see if it's too flexible. Do I have to wear clunky orthopedic shoes? I know you're thinking that. But due to the growing older population because the baby boomers are coming of age, the shoe industry is adapting, and there are always more fashionable options that still have the necessary features of a shoe that will maintain your balance and help prevent falls. Here are suggestions when choosing a shoe. First, no laces. Laces are actually a tripping hazard. So Velcro is a good option, but it can loosen as the day goes on, so be sure and tighten it if necessary. Also, I found many people don't know that elastic shoelaces exist, so you can change out your cloth laces for these elastic ones that stretch and make it easier to get the shoe on. Snug to your foot is an important feature of any shoe. Oversized or loose shoes are the easiest way to trip, but we don't want them to be too snug, just comfortable. Always use a 1 inch or lower heel. This means that we're considering the total drop of the shoe. So if the front of the shoe is built up as well as the heel, you need to look at the overall drop, and it should be no greater than 1 inch. The problem with higher heels is it alters your center of gravity, and that can greatly affect your balance. Also look for a wide sole. Shoes with a wider sole have more surface area and therefore maintain your balance better. There's a new fashion trend out that has sometimes the midsole entirely absent or very, very narrow, so avoid this style. Also look for non-slip outer soles. Non-slip rubber materials that grip the surfaces are the best for walking, and they give you more traction and maintain your balance. That's why those socks that have little rubber spots on them that the hospital gives you are used to prevent falling. The smooth soles on many dress shoes are actually very difficult to walk in and can risk your chance of slipping or falling. All shoes should have proper cushioning. Shoes with good padding can provide the necessary shock absorbing, and that's because we're missing our fat pad again. I wonder why God doesn't take the fat and make it thinner in other areas as we age. But I must caution you, there are many gimmicks that are out there. Memory foam feels really good when you put your hand on it, but it entirely bottoms out as soon as you stand on it. So it appears to be cushiony, but it's not. Yes, it pops back up to the same appearance once you take the shoe off, but it's not really offering you any cushion. Finally, space for customization is important. If you wear a custom orthotic or insole, you should be trying on shoes with that inside. These items are designed to help correct your foot imbalances that can lead to falls, so they need to be worn in all shoes. Custom orthotics don't need a longer shoe or a wider shoe, they need a deeper shoe, so the shoe should often have an insole that comes out to make room for this. If all styles feel snug with your orthotics, then call your podiatrist that's prescribed the orthotic and we can adjust it. Temperature control is the last. If you have neuropathy or arthritis, these conditions can really worsen when the temperature fluctuates, and that can affect your balance. Shoes should help you keep your feet cooler in hot weather and warmer in cold weather. Remember, always match your shoe to the activity, not to your wardrobe. I instruct my patients that first you should select the proper shoe and then adapt your wardrobe to that choice. Different shoe features will be optimized for different surfaces or temperatures or types of movement. For a day at the beach, you should always wear beach-safe shoes or supportive sandals instead of cheap flip-flops, which only make young and old highly prone to falls. Remember, it might be wise to also stay indoors on certain days when there's inclement weather. It is impossible to walk safely on ice or snow sometimes. Also, avoid stairs if a ramp is available. Know your size before you go shopping. The certified shoe fitters at my office at the Foot and Ankle Wellness Center are always able to give you a complimentary shoe fitting, and you don't even have to be our patient. This serves as a starting point when you go shopping. However, remember now that most shoes are made in Asia, and often the sizing is incorrect and it doesn't conform to the Brannock device. European sizes are also sized in metric system, which can be very confusing. So unless absolutely necessary, you should avoid buying shoes online unless you have previously worn that shoe and you know that it will fit. If you have high arches or weak ankles, often a boot or a high-top athletic shoe will support your ankle and keep it more secure. Remember to replace your shoes often. It is tempting to keep a pair of older shoes around like old friends, but we don't want the tread or heels to wear down or the arch area to become stretched and bent. So invest in your total health and replace those shoes when needed. Although different people have different lifestyles and body types and foot structure, an average pair of shoes should be replaced every 500 miles, which for an avid walker can be achieved in 6 months. The average person gets like a year to a year and a half out of most shoes, and then they really need to be replaced. I'd like to interject a truism that I often quote to my patients. Just because a shoe feels good doesn't make it a good shoe for you. Here I will mention the shoes that bring most patients into me. Actually, I don't know why I'm giving you all this advice, since poor-fitting shoes, walking barefoot all the time, higher heels, and shoes with no support often bring most of my patients in with aches and pains. But I really want to prevent foot and ankle problems as well as help your back, knees, and hips. So please, please, please stop wearing Crocs and those awful Skechers Go Walks. These shoes seem to feel fine, but offer none of the features of a good shoe. So some websites, presumably sponsored by Skechers, actually rate Go Walks as a good shoe for seniors. But believe me, it is not. It is much too flexible and lightweight, and Crocs have an open back in their heel, which is never a good idea for balance, and are very loose. Hence, they don't rub on painful areas like bunions and hammer toes, but they also give you no support. These both come in bright colors too, and I think that attracts the women shoppers to them. And Skechers has that darn memory foam that everyone seems to like, so be a wise shoe shopper. So now you're probably asking, why should I buy a good pair of shoes? Well, studies have proven that a supportive pair of shoes can reduce falls and injuries. It is no surprise that our balance definitely gets worse as we age. As mentioned, our feet are changing, just like those car tires. For some of us have flat tires by now, and the car just can't move very well. So spend the money on proper fitting, supportive, yet cushiony shoes, and wear them all the time. Good shoes also help us stay active. I have had patients that start walking programs wearing their Oxfords. All I needed to do was send them to the store to buy a decent pair of walking or athletic shoes, and their pain disappeared. And finally, good shoes can keep other problems from occurring, especially back and knee pain, which is so common as we get older. When you wear good shoes all the time, your whole body will reap the benefits, believe me. So now I'm at the point where I'm going to offer you some suggestions. These are some highly rated shoes that are on many reputable websites for everyday use. New Balance 577 is a walking and athletic shoe, and it comes with laces or Velcro and has special heel cushioning and padding for absorbing that shock. These come in men and women's styles. Hush Puppy's Gill Casual shoe, which only comes with a Velcro closure, is also really popular, and it's more lightweight and has a wide synthetic sole that provides good grip and balance, but these are for men only. The Propet, spelled P-R-O-P-E-T, Stability X Athletic Casual Walker, is also very lightweight and very breathable, and it has a wonderful non-slip rubber sole, and these are made for both men and women. The SAS Walk Easy shoe, which is a sneaker type shoe with a lightweight sole and very removable footbed so you can put your orthotic in, is a wonderful shoe for women. The Rockport Eureka walking shoe is a casual walker with a leather upper, but it's for men only. The Gravity Defier Mighty Walk shoes, which have a breathable mesh upper and a roomy toe box for great circulation, are for men and women both, and they have a removable insole that allows room for those custom orthotics. OrthoFeet Yone walking shoes for women, spelled Y-H-O-O-N, are a slip-on with a wide, deep toe box and a very flexible upper, which accommodates things like bunions and hammer toes. Now, I know how hot it gets in summer, and not all women will wear athletic shoes, especially with a skirt or shorts. So if you are wanting to buy a good pair of sandals, look for these following features. A contoured footbed that offers some support. Cushioning, especially in the ball of the foot. Heel straps are necessary for all seniors, no slip-ons. At least 2 4-foot straps for stability, and leather rather than mesh for extra support. Some of my favorite makers of sandals are SAS, Atrex, Vionics, and Propet, which even have a removable footbed to put your orthotic instead. Everyone also wants to wear slippers at some point in time. A well-constructed slipper with a closed heel can help prevent injuries and falls. My favorite slipper that I wear is personally an Acorn Spa Wrap. It has great cushioning, a snug fit with an elastic around the heel, and it's washable. The outer sole is patterned for better grip and can allow walking some outside, as you can see I've done. This is an 8-year-old slipper, and it still has good tread. Acorn also makes a boiled wool Edelweiss slipper that has a really soft wool lining to keep you warm and a durable rubber outer sole. If your feet swell a lot, a company named Silvert makes wonderful slippers for men and women that are very generous. They also come in wide widths and have very stretchable uppers for a good fit. So I really hope this video has opened your eyes to the importance of proper fitting and carefully chosen footwear in order to promote better balance and prevent falls and injuries. Remember, a single fall can not only change your life permanently, or it could be fatal. I remember one patient really well. She was paralyzed from the waist down. She related the story of getting up in the middle of the night and not turning on the light. She wanted to use the bathroom, but she turned too soon and actually fell down the entire flight of stairs, causing that spinal injury. When I asked her what she would change if she could travel back in time, she responded she'd put a nightlight in her hall. These types of injuries really do happen, as I am personally learned. My husband and I are busy remodeling the house so we can age in place, but all that money will be wasted if I don't pay attention to our shoe choices. So tell your friends and family to watch this video so they can be safer, and help reduce our fall rate in America.